future, talk radio will actually educate, inspire, and make you think. The future is now. Topics and music that affect your life from Universal Broadcasting Network. Tune in at ubnradio.com.
Holy shit! It's time for the Pandora Boxx show.
That's the best way to open a show. Holy shit!
Holy shit! It's time for the show. I'm Pandora Boxx, and this is my co-host, the sometimes lovely Samantha Hale.
Thank you. They think I'm lovely. I've been downgraded. I'm slowly getting downgraded each episode.
I just like to say, I like to throw in sometimes, or allegedly or supposedly.
Right. Well, I can
about myself too. I like to
course.
like the supposed funny.
But I can tell you there are some times that I'm not lovely. I wake up in the morning not lovely.
Well, I've got a case of the scurvy, and so I have not been feeling very lovely at all this week. And
You've been
like
out on a boat with no vitamin C?
Yeah, and I got that cough because I haven't been eating my limes and lemons.
Well,
yeah, I got scurvy.
Yeah.
Scurvy.
Scurvy. You've got the scurvy.
I've got scurvy.
Why does Carol Channing have scurvy, though?
Oh, because I said that on Drag Race. So it's like,
oh, scurvy. Oh, you did? That's right. That's right.
My stupid answers to Snatch Game. I don't even remember what the question was.
But that's what made it so
I was
funny.
Like, scurvy.
Scurvy. See, to me, that's what I was just talking to my friends the other day about how I know that a joke is really funny to me when I'm like, stupid. That is so stupid. That means brilliant.
I know a joke is really funny when you make RuPaul laugh, which is still a highlight of my entire life. Was like RuPaul, not just laughing, but like really, like kind of like I could see it in her face where she looked at me. It was like, like I knew it was real. Like I knew it wasn't a fake laugh. So it was really. Really cool.
I wait to one day hopefully experience that myself.
Yeah.
Not just with RuPaul, but anyone.
Keep trying.
Keep on. I don't know what song
that
is.
Keep on.
I'm going to keep on keeping it.
Oh,
what?
Keep on. Oh, there was that Brady Bunch song.
Oh, that's what it was.
You gotta keep on doing it right.
Yeah, like in the movie where they like sing out on an airplane. That movie's so ridiculous.
Very Brady sequel.
Very Brady sequel.
RuPaul is in.
Oh, that's right.
She plays Mrs. Cummings.
You know what movie I really Mrs. Cummings?
The guidance counselor.
That's
and
right.
both of them, actually.
Right. And
Yeah.
you know what else? Well, what else was she in that I was watching the other day? I thought, but I'm a Cheerleader.
Yeah,
I love that movie, and Rue is so great in that movie.
Yes, and he plays a reformed straight.
Yes, straight. Don't die.
Coughing. A reformed gay.
Exactly.
I can't remember what his character's name is.
I don't remember. It was so funny.
Really,
in his little like short shorts.
Yeah.
That's such a good movie.
Working for what was the camp called?
I don't remember.
And Kathy Moriarty ran it.
Oh, she
God,
sure did.
Her.
I love her. You don't mess with her.
No.
And who's the other one you don't mess with? Kathleen Turner. You don't mess with her either.
No.
Serial Mom is one of my favorite movies ever.
You love it.
Did I tell you I had a dream? I actually had a dream that I watched it and I went to sleep and I had a dream that I was Serial Mom. And if you haven't seen it, so like, right, totally. So it's about this housewife, this mother who goes out and violently stabs people for like wearing white after Labor Day. Like she like guts people, and I had a dream that I was her, and I was so upset because
it's a family movie. You're making it sound like a horror flick.
I know. Well, the terrifying part was that like I woke up, I was like, I don't want to be a mom. Like that's terrifying. I'm fine with the stabbing.
It's terrifying. I'll beat somebody with a side of ham, but
you know, she should.
I'm not gonna
like
raise
turkey leg.
kids.
Can you imagine being a serial killer and having a kid?
Oh
Like
God.
you'd have to hire a sitter while you're out stabbing. You know?
John Waters is brilliant.
So brilliant, that movie.
I had dinner with him one night.
You did?
I know it's true.
Dang.
I sat across from
Wait,
him
you had... I was about to say, were you at his table or were you just staring at him?
Yeah, I was in the restaurant going, so much.
I had dinner with him.
No, it was a little like fundraiser thing, so I got to sit across from him.
Oh, how fun.
But I was so like...
Drunk?
No, I was so like, oh my God, it's John Waters that I don't even think I said anything.
Yeah.
And some of the other people at the table were like big fans, and they didn't shut the fuck up about anything. And I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here with John Waters. And then the server came over and I said, I'll have 2 chicken breasts, please, because it's a line from Female Trouble. Mm-hmm. And he looked up from his menu and looked at me and he's like, we're not serving chicken tonight. And I'm like, and that's the next line. And I was like,
and you
I just
like,
quoted lines with John Waters in the movie.
Oh my God. And you just totally wet your pants. Oh, that's so fun though.
Yeah.
Oh
That was
my
it.
God.
That's all I needed. That was my moment.
See, sometimes little things like that happen. Like I waited on Trent Reznor once. I don't know if anyone listens to 9 Inch Nails anymore, but I love 9 Inch Nails. I waited on him. He came in and he was doing the whole like, this is years ago, and he was doing like the don't recognize me, I'm gonna look at my menu, and I was like, well, okay. So, and his wife just did all the talking for him. I'm like, I like it, that's cool. But I was like, I'm gonna crack him at some point. So I was polite, this and that, didn't say anything. But then I waited until he took like a mouthful of bread, just like a hunk of it, and was chewing. I'm like, hey, so what can I get you? You ready to order? And I just kept like asking him questions, knowing, and he eventually laughed and cracked. I was like, okay. Can we be friends now? Thanks, Trent Reznor. We're friends now.
I'd like to fuck you as an animal.
God.
How about that?
Oh, I would. He was ripped. He got super hot. Not that he wasn't hot before, but like he works out.
I used to do that song in drag.
Did you really? That's hot.
Yeah.
That is
It's a
so
fun
hot.
song.
What did you wear? Like some black, sexy leather something?
Nothing.
Nothing. Exactly.
Just nude.
Well, it's I want to fuck you like an animal. So you just came out in like a pig suit.
I had like a
cow suit.
I had one of those like raccoon butt plugs and stuck it in there.
Oh my God, I hate you. I hate you. Raccoon
some
butt plug.
some furry pasties on my boobs.
And you just crawled around.
And I was like, I want to fuck you like an animal. Meow, meow, meow. And then I like peed on people. Like I
you lifted a leg.
I was like, psst.
You had a fire
I had
hydrant in the back as a prop.
I went in heat on people.
Ew.
No, because there's nothing more attractive and hot than a female cat in heat. I mean, that's just
you know it.
gorgeous nature at work.
You know it. Oh my God. I wish you all could see the face.
I'm like, that
she's faking.
is sexy.
Mm-hmm.
That is sexy.
That is one hot
Whatever
pussy.
created all the animals, and they were like, that's a piece de resistance there. That was like, wow, who wouldn't want to?
That's how we're going to keep this species alive. That's how they're going to procreate.
Who wouldn't want to put it in? God.
How did we get
Can you imagine women like that?
Yeah, probably. Probably. If
the meth heads.
Yep. I bet you we could Google Pornhub right now and there'll be a fetish for it. What was that? Was that like a reverb? Oh my God, we just lost tens of our viewers. Oh my God. Wow. Well, I know what I'll be thinking about later tonight when I'm home alone in my room.
Rubbing yourself on a doorknob.
Not the whole doorknob. Can we mute her mic, please? Is there a way that her headphones can fail or something?
Hey, I didn't get started on this. No, I probably did.
No, you did. Hey, I didn't bring up the cat and heat. Oh, wait a minute. Yes, I did.
God.
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Yes, you did.
Well,
Wow.
right. Maybe you have something to add to this conversation or change the conversation.
I think we should probably. I feel like there should be a sound effect. There's got to be something. Jarvis, hit me with a sound effect. Something that.
Exactly. And now we've moved on to the next topic.
Next topic. Are we gonna man crush it?
Sure.
Man crush.
God, it's so masculine.
It scared me.
I love it. See, I'm gonna. Can I half?
No.
Oh, all right. I'll see myself out. Can I half man crush, half woman crush it?
Sure.
Because
we don't have a lady crush.
No, let's do a lady crush. Well, no, because then I'm not going to be allegedly a lesbian anymore. I'm just gonna.
You can have a lady crush.
I can have a lady crush. And my 50-50 crush, my equal rights opportunity crush this evening is Bates Motel is back. Do you watch it?
I do, but I'm only
so
on
good.
second season.
Okay, catch the fuck up because Freddie Highmore and Vera Farmiga, it is so... What?
Oh no, I love the show.
Reaction.
No, I do, but I'm not as into the second season as I was into the first.
See, I liked it because you can see like the relationship between mother and son developing.
No,
it's Norman Bates, guys, you know.
And she's
brilliant. She's one of my absolute favorite actors. I think
would
she's
lady crush
so
her.
Right? I could lady crush her so hard. Like I could just sit next to her and feel like, yay. Like I could go to dinner with her, never speak to her, and just smell her, just smell her hair.
Smell your cooter.
Yeah, basically. Basically, but I love that show so much.
It's a good show.
She's just brilliant because she plays it like I'm so normal, but you're crazy. But I know everything makes sense. You're crazy. It's so good.
Yeah,
like
she's got that balance.
Yeah,
she's got that. Elizabeth Mitchell is like that too. Who was on Lost? Who played? Juliet.
Yeah.
They've got that, like, they're strikingly pretty, but they seem like they could be a little unhinged.
Yeah.
And they play that so well.
Like, they'll do something really kind of fucked up, but they'll have a really good excuse, and then you're like, oh, it wasn't your fault. You're right.
But Vera, how do you say her last name? Farmiga.
Yeah.
Brilliant on that show.
It's so good. And then
after watching it, I looked it up. I was like, did she get nominated or win something?
She has to be. I don't know. She
did win something, I think, or was nominated.
She just wins everything in my book.
She is great.
Yeah. And her sister was American Horror Story. Her little sister, Tess Farmiga. She was Coven. She was the one that killed people with her vagina. Of course I remember that. Anyway. All right.
Sorry. She plays the most annoying characters in that show.
Well, hopefully she'll die.
I was like, come on.
She is not her sister.
No.
That's for sure.
I liked her better on Coven then.
Wait, you mean there's nepotism in Hollywood? What?
Oh, that doesn't happen.
No, it sure doesn't.
What? No.
Yeah, Vera. I could watch Vera like fold laundry and be enthralled.
Well, my man crush is just somebody that we saw in Starbucks and recognize. Oh,
he just texted you right now.
That was my asshole. It got a little excited.
It
was like, bloop, I'm ready. I'm ready.
I'm ready for business.
Woohoo! Let's go.
Your asshole's very like enthusiastic.
Very happy. Yeah.
What? It does kind of sound a little like Mr. Hanky, which is appropriate. Open for business.
No, he's not his voice is a little higher. He's ready.
Yeah.
I've been freshly bleached. Oh. No, that's not true. Jonathan Silverman, we saw him at Starbucks. He was in a bunch of movies in the 80s, like Weekend at Bernie's.
That's such a great movie.
And he was actually just on this episode of Medium. I'm rewatching Medium because I love the show Medium.
That's a great show.
It's my new Netflix
I have the
go-to
whole box
thing.
set. Love it.
Yeah, and he was just on a great episode of that. It's a great.
And it's so funny because we were at Starbucks and like I had my back turned and I just see Pandora like light up like a Christmas tree. She's like, and points, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, not obvious at all. So I turn around and I couldn't see who it was because I didn't want to be complete asshole.
Yeah.
So then we did the total LA thing where we're sitting together at a table. I was like, text me. We're texting at the table. Not obvious at all, by the way.
Totally
not
obvious.
at all.
Yeah, I have this weird Asperger's thing about like just knowing like celebrities, and even if they're not like big A-list, like I just know them and I can see them for like a split second, and I was like,
I know who it is. You just bloop.
There, that's what happened. I got the idea, and I was like, oh yeah, there he is. So and it happens to me a lot, and yeah, I recognize him. Although I got his name wrong.
Well, everybody, Pandora texts me, John Cryer. I was like, what?
I know, and then I was like, wait, no, that's not it.
Not all white men look alike, okay, Pandora?
Well,
in Hollywood, a little bit.
I tell you, every white woman looked exactly the same on the Oscars this year.
Oh, let's all wear the same dress.
Like, I'm like, I think all of their names are Olivia, and
oh my God.
I don't even know. I can't tell one from the other anymore.
I still couldn't get over Olivia Munn's delivery. She was like the driest, like, no. I was like, did they tell her to do that?
Everyone was dry.
Yeah.
Even Whoopi Goldberg. I was like, I kept thinking, is there something wrong with the teleprompter? Like, is it's hard to read? Because they're all kind of like going like,
no one had
staring.
A personality.
I really would bet to wager that there's something was weird with the teleprompter.
Something was
because they all were kind of like that.
Yeah.
And
unless they were just uncomfortable with, all the surrounding the issues of.
Yeah, but get the fuck over it.
Yeah, but get the fuck over it. Chris Rock
on
came
the
out
show,
and did an awesome monologue. Move on.
Chris Rock nailed it.
Yeah.
So we're good.
Yeah. So
it doesn't make up for it,
no,
but it's like, okay.
You're not going to fix everything in one episode or one, ceremony, but lighten the fuck up, people.
And it's not the first time that the Oscars have been so white.
No.
But we talked about that.
We sure did.
But speaking of white, let's bring out our white guests that we have today.
Stupid. You're dumb.
I don't know. It didn't have any segue. But I'm so glad I loved this gal, and she was fabulous on RuPaul's Drag Race season 7. Probably one of my favorites. Ginger Minj is here. Yay! And a really, really funny lady, comedian, Brittany Garms.
Yes.
Here too.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a fabulous little guest panel here with some funny
Fabulous
people
and
a supposed funny host.
But a brilliant co-host.
Cricket. Yeah, so
Crickets
brilliant.
Didn't even show up for you.
Yeah, they're like, who fucking cares?
They're late. Typical bugs. Always late.
All right, so we're gonna play a little of Ginger Minj's song "Ooh La 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 La." It's amazing, it's fabulous, and I'm gonna go grab our guest from the green room.
Inappropriately, of course.
Yes, and then we'll be back in a couple minutes.
Behind the clever slogans and the perfect sound bites lies the dark truth about winning.
Woke up today, I put lipstick on my face. I had struck my way, 'cause I got some things to do. Want to blow up my phone, 'cause you can't leave me alone. No matter what I do, never good enough for you. You talk so dark and nasty, post up your words so trashy. You try to bring me down, not gonna be your clown. You think I'm a bitch, what you want me to say? None of your words gonna get in my way. Call me a bitch, 'cause you spread your lies. None of your words gonna get in my Slid on my dress today, and my curves hit the right way. You had a sneer on your lips. I guess you can't handle these hips, so I just smile and reply. Take your things and say goodbye. No matter what I do, never good enough for you. You talk so dark and nasty, post up your words so trashy. You try to bring me down, not gonna be your clown. Think I'm a bitch, what you want me to say? None of your words gonna get in my way. Call me a bitch, 'cause you spread your lies. None of your words gonna skin in my thighs. Say I'm a bitch, what you want me to say? None of your shade gonna ruin my day.
Whoa!
I love you.
Oh, yay, Ginger Minj.
Wasn't that exciting?
Yes, like I feel happy after hearing that.
I love that song.
You know what's crazy is that there's like 50 audience members in
I
here
know.
clapping.
Yeah.
I wasn't
I
expecting
know.
that. It's a small room.
We
So-
borrowed them from Fuller House.
There you go.
That's hilarious.
Ginger, thank you for being on the show.
I'm excited to be here.
Yay.
They're back.
There they are again.
When we kiss, will they go, oh, or
We should totally have that sound effect. I like that. And
I'm
Brittany
gonna leave until you get it.
Yes,
Hi, Brittany.
fabulous.
Hi, Brittany. There they are. They like
There
it
they
too, girl.
are.
Yes.
There they are.
It's Brittany Beth.
It's I love that.
I actually saw you perform at the show that Samantha
Oh,
was
at
at.
Minj.
Yeah.
No, at the,
No,
at
the comedy store.
Oh, that's
Like
right.
how I remember.
When the host said she's going to be the next Amy Schumer, and
yeah.
you came out and you're like, all
No
right.
Yeah,
fucking
no
pressure.
pressure. Which I also think is super funny because I love Amy, but she's very like
She's a sex comic.
It's sex comic, and it's great. It's great, and that's like could not be the more opposite of
Well,
me.
you're
like,
a comic for Christ, right?
Well, yeah, basically, it's all Jesus jokes. Very pro Jesus. But
because you're actually pretty like clean as a comic.
I'm a pretty clean comic.
You have really like smart, well-written jokes that are not. You don't play the dirty card.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of like the. I don't know. It's just weird to me to like do the dirty jokes. I don't know. It's just not who
Well, you're on
I
the
am.
right show for cleanliness.
It's not that I have an issue with it. It's just that's not me. You know what I mean? I can appreciate it. So yeah, when he said that, he's like, the next Amy Schumer. I was like, oh, Sam.
I know. I think she looked at me. It was like,
you already went up, right?
you're like, oh, Sam's a whore. That's gotta be her.
I have a funny story about Amy Schumer.
Oh yeah.
So I was with my assistant and my boyfriend in New York. We were doing our Christmas show at the Laurie Beachman, and we saw her pass by us, and I was just sure it was her, but I'm lazy and I'm fat and I have asthma and I chain smoke, so I made my assistant run to chase her down. She ran 3 blocks and then just looks back and screams, "It's her!"
Oh my god.
Amy Schumer was like, "Hi, I'm going to talk about this." I'm sure you will. And my assistant will now talk about it in her therapy session, which I have to pay for.
Exactly.
Have you heard Sam's Amy Schumer story? It's like my favorite. You gotta tell that story. That's my
Okay,
favorite.
so Amy dropped in at the Comedy Store, and like, of course, I wanted to meet her as you would, but I didn't want to be that asshole who's like, "Oh my god, I love you," So like, I stalked her on the patio and just like waited for my moment. Finally figured out, like, I knew what I was gonna say, and I walked right up to her. And right as I got there, this tiny little blonde woman came and just stood there, just blocked me, like wouldn't move, totally blocking me. And Amy's like gone. She has booked it. And I'm so pissed. So I go up to this tiny blonde woman and I tap her on the shoulder and she turns around and she's David Spade. I was like, motherfucker, I wanted to just shoot her.
She looked very handsome and or pretty.
Exactly. I was like, bitch, I just got cock blocked by David Spade.
My Amy Schumer
vagina
story,
blocked.
My Amy Schumer story isn't as exciting, but I have a little bit of one.
Okay.
I went and saw the Madonna concert in Vancouver with a friend of mine who's a big Madonna fan. So it's like it's good to go with somebody that you can, go gaga over Madonna. Get it? So yeah, so Madonna was like, she kept talking to this woman in the front, like throughout the show. And one time she goes, "Are you drunk?"
And he goes, "No, I'm David Spade."
And I'm like, yeah. And I was like,
stop chasing me down the street.
Right? I was like, who is she talking to? And then finally, like they do, like Madonna's like these fake shots on stage, and she gives it to her. She's like, "Don't take the whole flask." And I'm like, oh my god, who is this woman that she's making fun of? And I'm like, I want to be this woman.
Yeah.
And then I look over, and finally, like I can see her, and it's Amy Schumer, who's sitting next to Sean Penn.
Gross. Epic threesome.
And Madonna did Secret that night, and she said this is for a certain someone in the audience.
Well, it's not a secret now,
I know,
bitch.
it's not a secret if you point at Sean Penn.
Yeah.
And just in case you were wondering, it's Sean Penn.
Yeah.
That's who this is for.
Hey guys, I'm still fucking him.
Yeah.
Or something. I don't know.
Basically,
Yeah.
she just like peed on him from the stage. That's mine. That's mine, everybody.
Yeah, I went
Hey,
there.
huge auditorium.
know.
I've got a secret.
Come on.
Did you see that thing where she just like a couple days ago was talking about like the custody battle with her son? And she like talked about it on stage.
No.
Like during a concert, she's like, "I'm trying to work things out." I was like, maybe there's a time and a place.
Right.
And maybe it's not Madison Square Garden.
I don't know.
me.
I feel like I get my most therapeutic venting sessions in the middle of a set.
Right?
I'm real good at that.
Captive audience.
I've
You
done
will listen to my problems, and you're gonna pay for it.
We have locked the doors.
Yeah. I may have done that once.
Well, I
May have.
the day
At
literally the day after my ex and I broke up, I went out on tour with my Crossdresser for Christ the musical show, and it's a biographical show, and so I got to the section where I talked about him, and I started talking about what happened, and I never like admitted problems in public before like that, and just had a breakdown. I was in Chicago and just kind of laid in the fetal position on stage for 5 minutes until some random audience member came up and was like, Do you need a hug? I was like, oh, we are in the middle of a show. Cool. Let's go. Sing a song.
And then you know there's that asshole in the back like, is this part of the show? This is a dramatic part.
This is nice.
This is so real.
Look, she hired a cast of extras.
God, it's so believable.
So believable. I think those tears are real.
If only she had shown them on Drag Race, she would have won.
Oh.
Wah, wah.
You know what though? You won in a lot of books. A lot of you won.
Your grandma's
You won, girl.
books.
My grandma's
She
book.
took
We were
the
talking in the
tally.
green room.
Took the tally, and
Well,
I think,
she was talking about her grandmother for years, sat down and
like,
tallied up
football
stats.
It was like her way to
wow.
learn and like
and to
I
be a
don't know,
part of
sports.
like
I don't
because
know.
their
Yeah.
family was into sports. Mine is too, water sports. So I said my grandmother actually sat down during my season of Drag Race because she understood none of it and wrote down the stats every single week to try to figure out who should stay, who should win, who should go home.
Wow.
And
Grandma.
she would always come up to me and go, now I don't understand why they kicked that one off because that one did better 2 more times than that one did. And then at the end, she just came up to me and threw her book at me and said, I don't know what happened.
None of the numbers
That is so
match.
sweet though.
Well, you know what?
Love it.
Most everyone agrees with your grandmother. Because I think we all were like, what the fuck happened
Well,
in this season?
In that moment, I was very,
What?
but like immediately after that, it like sank in that it was probably the best thing that could have happened to me. Like I think I work more now at doing the things that I want to do than I would have been able to had I been tied to that contract.
Do you have to have like the kind of like gracious loser? I just lost an Oscar face. Like when that happens, I have to be like,
Great, I'm so happy.
Well, you can probably catch it in the video because they had a camera like this right in front of us while we were watching our reactions.
Sure.
And you could see me do the old pageant. Congratulations.
That's like my favorite part about the Oscars this past year is like everyone's really good at being like, oh, yeah, so and so deserved to win. But I don't know if you guys watched, but Sylvester Stallone looked so pissed off when he lost because he's sitting there and then they announce, I don't know, guy from Bridge of Spies, whatever his name is, and he's just like staring like he's gonna get up on stage and box every single person to death.
Probably still trying to figure out where he was.
He's probably still trying to figure out why he was nominated.
Exactly.
Yeah, he probably was like, wait, was that my name, Paul?
I know, right?
That's me, right? Yeah, no, that's me.
Any movie that he's in should be nominated for like best foreign language film. Because what the fuck is he saying?
Oh my god, I feel
taken
bad
that.
because he gets nominated for a movie. Like it's the one that he didn't write. Like there's like 100 Rocky movies, and the one he didn't write, that's the one that gets all
Trying
the
to tell him
awards.
something.
I mean, isn't that the only role he's ever played?
Yeah, I
too?
think so.
They're finally like, all right, you've played
He
it
played
20
Rambo.
times.
Yeah.
He was
that's right.
Rambo.
That's right.
He was
And
Rambo.
Which
also-
was Rocky in the Jungle, right?
There you go.
That's hilarious.
What else?
Oh my
now you
God.
just has to do like Rocky in space, like a space astronaut fighting.
And then Rocky and
aliens.
Bullwinkle.
Then
Right?
Perfect.
It's a perfect crossover.
He could be a Boris.
circle.
I could see
He
that.
could be Rocky.
Right? And like Adrian
He
would
could
be
be the flying
Natasha.
There you go. Oh,
Yeah,
that's good.
right?
I like it.
See what I did there?
Yes, we
God.
saw it
You're
from across the room.
You're so Hollywood right now.
I know.
And actually, with all the movies that they're making, I mean, that probably could get made.
It actually
Probably
really
will
could.
get made. Give
Because
it like 10
I see
years.
some movies, like I'm watching them on the plane, and I'm like, I'm going to finally watch this movie. I'm like, who the fuck greenlit this? Who wrote it? And
Yeah.
what kind of fucking producers
Yeah.
sat there and said, yeah.
Yeah,
I
let's do
feel like they're
this.
just like,
It's a
well,
good idea.
There was
That'll
one.
do.
There was one person that sat there and said, "Well, Pandora Boxx is going to have a really long flight one day. This is going to put her right to
And
sleep."
she's going to, I've talked about it a bunch of times in the show, but Pixels is
Pixels.
one
We're gonna
go
that I
and make
sat
Pixels.
through.
I
Well,
didn't
first
watch
of all,
it.
you watched it, so I feel
I
like that's on
know.
you, right?
It is. It
That's
totally
one of those
is.
movies
You knew what you
know
were
going
doing.
It had that
in.
video game connection, so it was kind of interesting. But I knew it was Adam Sandler, and I
Yeah.
was like, oh.
Poor guy.
Because it's like Adam Sandler's still trying to be 18. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh God.
no.
I feel
you're
like he should
not.
just
You're like
transition
50.
into like drama and just like be quiet for like a minute.
Or like
you know?
just be the
Right.
grandpa or
Yeah,
something.
right?
Like the
Didn't
old
he-
funny grandpa.
There you go.
Yeah.
Didn't he try a
Punch
dramatic
Drunk
role?
Love.
No, and it's great,
that-
and he's
Was it?
great.
Yeah, I think
He's-
that's what it's
he's good in
called.
it. So that's why I'm saying like just
Or
go do that.
Spanglish. Spanglish was kind of
you know what? I auditioned for that movie.
Did you really?
Oh, and did
I
it
was
work out?
13. I was not in it. Thank you very much for bringing it up. Got me on this show to humiliate me. But I watched the movie and I was like, yeah, I'm okay. You know what I mean? And I was 13, and I was like, I'm set. Yeah,
You're
I'm fine.
13, and
yeah.
you're like,
It's okay.
I'm okay.
I auditioned for the Leave It to Beaver movie.
No, you didn't.
I did.
Oh my God, I love it.
I got called in an audition for it, and I was so devastated because I looked like the little Leave It to Beaver kid. I looked like Beaver.
I look like a
from Beaver to Minj. And then the movie came out, and I was like, yeah, that's great.
I know. But it's always way worse when it's like it comes out and you're like, well, shit, you know?
Yeah.
Like I auditioned for Hairspray, like the movie, and I auditioned for Tracy, and I was like, I've got this. I'm fat or whatever. And then that's all you need. Jarvis, don't laugh so hard. That hurts my feelings. And then I went in and I cracked. During my thing, and I was like cool about it because I cracked, but I was like, did I? Who knows? But I did. And then I kept like singing, and I ended, and the guy that was doing the audition, he kind of did one of those, okay. And I was like, I know. And I just like left. I was like, oh.
I just have to point out though, like you are a bigger girl, but you look so good in profile.
Oh, thank you.
You have a beautiful profile. I kind of hate you for it.
I have the perfect profile for radio, don't you think?
Especially when it's being filmed.
I know, and that's your hair.
Of course,
that's
it's
all
my
your. She
hair.
has the longest,
She
most
paid
beautiful
for it.
hair. Yeah.
I actually went out and picked this hair myself. I'm just kidding. I need to get a haircut though.
Can I have it?
Yeah.
Can you attach it to my
You wanna do
head?
it
Last
now?
3 inches,
Yeah.
right? On air.
Our
on
first
air.
live on-air haircut. Who has scissors?
I know. Oh my gosh. Why is he
Who's-
standing?
Jarvis is
Oh,
standing.
Jarvis
he's
is
getting
ready.
scissors.
Jarvis, we don't need scissors.
getting
He
a
keeps
piece.
yelling at us to make sure we're both in the frame, and I'm like, we're both.
just see my
We have a
profile.
pinch of a weight
Just the
problem.
profile.
The slightest whisper of an eating
That's
disorder.
us from far away.
Is
It doesn't
it?
look like
Yeah.
us.
You look great.
It looks like
We look beautiful
What
if
do
you
we look
stand
like?
2 blocks away and squint
yeah.
real hard.
You look like James Corden, and I look like the girl from Spanglish.
Oh,
We could
but
have our own
you
show.
aren't the girl from Spanglish.
Yeah, but they
because
don't
you
know
didn't
that
get
from
it.
far away. See, there you go.
Yeah, I'm James
Perfect.
Corden.
Hello.
Yeah.
That's solid.
Oh
I
my
like that.
goodness.
Thank
feel like
you.
you're
It sounds a
having a
lot like my
moment.
Adele.
Yes.
That's great. That's really great.
Well, we do a regular spot on the show called the Soapbox.
I know. No one ever sees that coming.
You guys
Maybe
have
just like warn
spent
somebody.
no expense.
We sure
We
did.
have not. And it's just kind of we talk about some topics and things like we've been talking about now. But this was kind of fun that Gladys Knight sings Happy Birthday during a traffic stop. Apparently in Utah, in Salt Lake City, a car carrying Gladys Knight was pulled over for speeding 40 miles over the speed limit. And she found out that it was the cop's birthday and just started singing got out of the car and sang Happy birthday to him.
And no ticket.
Yeah, and he didn't give a ticket.
That's just, you know what the crazy thing is? Because, like, that would never happen to the Pips, you know? Like, if they get pulled over, they're all getting tickets. Every person's getting a ticket.
Individually.
Ask them to stop singing, and they'd all get a ticket.
Right.
And they would impound the car
But
for no
what would
reason.
they sing? They'd be like,
3-part harmony. I was like, please
not
stop.
only would they be ticketed, they'd be carted away to the nut house.
Please
you know
get
who
out
I
of the
am?
car.
No, not yet.
Oh,
No.
no
See,
love for Pips.
that would happen to me. I get pulled over and start singing, and they'd go, "Sir, ma'am, sir, Rosie O'Donnell, we're sick of you. Get in the back of the car."
Please.
Oh my god.
That kind
Oh
of
my
bit.
God.
I mean, 40. I didn't realize it was 40 miles over the speed limit. That's excessive.
quite a-
Oh
I
wait,
feel like-
maybe it's about 40.
It was supposed to be 40 miles an hour, and they were going over.
Because
They were
if
going
it's
50.
Yeah,
over
do your
40, no, but I'm
research.
saying if
I
it's
know.
over 40 miles, like you should get a ticket.
Oh no,
Right?
it was speeding in a town 40 miles south of Salt Lake
Oh,
City.
Pandora can
Truth
read everybody.
comes
I
out.
can't
She can
read.
read.
Also, that would only happen in Utah because that would never happen anywhere else.
Right.
Well, and also apparently Gladys Knight is now become a Mormon.
Oh yeah,
I saw that.
yeah.
So-
She
Well-
must really like Dr. Pepper.
Which
Oh, Gladys.
Classic
Yeah.
Gladys.
Oh, Gladys.
Well, good for her.
Doop, doop.
Poor Pips. The Pips getting the love.
Yeah, well, I love the pips.
I wonder if
like
she
the
did
pips.
choreography too. If she did.
There you go.
Happy
She hasn't done
birthday.
choreography since the Titanic.
True.
Titanic.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think that's a great thing if it's your birthday and you pull over somebody famous who you really appreciate and they give you a song and dance. Fine, whatever. Do what you want to do, but don't say like he said at the end of the article. Oh, I wouldn't have given anyone a ticket.
Lying, liar, liar.
Yeah.
But he's also in that position where he either has to lie or he has to be like a shitty cop.
Well,
Right.
do you think?
Or he could just not say anything.
Yeah.
Right.
Her friend was probably like, "Go sing,
Go sing.
Probably.
sing or
Go sing.
I
something."
wish I could sing my way
She
out
replaced
of a
her
ticket.
batteries
What
and
would
kicked her
have
out there
made
to
it-
sing a song.
What
Yeah.
would have made it even better is if he had no idea who Gladys Knight was, and she just started singing.
wow, who
You're
is
that
this
one
one?
singer. Do Proud Mary. And she's like,
I love your new line of pies.
there you go.
Sweet potatoes, my favorite. Oh my god.
That would have made the story better.
Right?
Better.
Yeah,
Better.
I tried your
Everything.
sweet potatoes. They were good, girl.
Tina Turner sings
I
Midnight
know.
Train to Georgia to get out a ticket.
I love those
On
Tina
top of a
Turner
sweet
sweet
pie.
potato pies, girl.
And now that we've gone borderline racist, let's move on.
I love Tina.
Tina.
I love Tina. She's married to like a
She's my like
15-year-old.
idol.
Did you know
yeah.
that? Not really.
She what?
She just got married to like a 27-year-old, and I'm like, ugh,
Did she
good for
really?
you. Okay,
Good
if
for her.
anyone deserves
He's
it,
40.
It's her.
He's
It's
40.
Tina Turner.
Excuse me. I
he
stalk
40?
her. I mean, I research her career all the time.
Well,
Oh,
good
I
for
love the
her.
4
years
men.
old
Have you
and-
guys ever seen that movie? What's Love Got to Do with It?
Of course.
It's my
Yes.
favorite movie.
such a
That
good
movie
movie.
got me into a
Anytime.
lot of trouble.
Why?
Uh-oh.
Tell me.
Because I was obsessed with Tina Turner
Ugh,
when that
I
movie
love that
came out.
movie.
And kind of like a lot of these Drag Race fans, you can attest to this, they feel like even though it was filmed or shown 2 or 3 years ago, it's happening in the moment.
Yeah.
So I watched
That's
that
just,
movie.
They're just doing the marathon, and somebody was talking to me about fucking All Stars again. I was like, girl, that was
Stop
4
talking about that.
years
Uh-huh.
ago.
Well, I can always tell when it airs in a new place because
Yeah.
the tweets always start with,
yeah.
"Oh my God, Ginger's my favorite. Girl, I love you, but you need to watch your mouth. I hate you, bitch. Go kill yourself."
Please tell me that the people who say stuff like that, you're like, by the way, I got kicked off. Spoiler alert.
Oh, yes.
Or like just or so and so won. Spoiler alert.
Totally
No,
do
my
that.
favorite, I got tweeted that was like, "Girl, I've stayed out of the season completely. I just Minj watching it right now."
Minj
Yeah, I thought that was
watching.
adorable.
Aw.
Hashtag Minj
Oh,
watching.
I like
And
that.
I'm about to watch the finale. Don't spoil it. I know who wins. Wink, wink. Then 2 hours later, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed and I'm so sad. I thought you won.
I think
And I
that
said, "Thanks, Dad."
I think that should be hashtag of the week. Sorry.
Minj watching.
Binge watching. Okay, now finish your story.
Oh yeah. Okay. So when I watched
Where's
this
that
movie,
child coming
Brittany's-
from?
under the table.
We keep her back there.
You know,
guys
That's what
need
the
to-
Olsen twins are doing. these
She's
days.
she's beating me a gown right now. too.
Good old child labor.
Oh.
Okay, Tina Turner, tell me.
Yes.
your story.
Yes. So I watched the movie and in my head, I'm processing like this is real and this is
Yeah.
happening right
Yeah.
now. So it took me 3 weeks. In like tons of phone calls.
Yeah.
It's back when we used to have to call 411 for information.
Oh, I remember
Couldn't look it
that.
up.
What is that?
Exactly. You're so sweet, bitch. All right. So I finally got a hold of Ike Turner. I got his number.
No.
Through a series of lies
No.
at a really
What?
young age. Yeah.
Like actual Ike Turner?
Like I called his assistant,
Oh my
his
God.
like handler at this
so
point.
stressed
I,
out.
or his parole officer. I don't know. And I said, "Hi, I'm such a huge fan of Mr. Turner. It would mean the world to me if he would give me a phone call so I could just tell him like how he's inspired me in my life."
Oh my God. Oh
3
my
days
God.
later, I get this phone call. He's like, "Hey, this is Ike Turner." And before he could finish a sentence, I went off on him, read him the riot act, and my dad walked in the room. And he said, "Who are you talking to?" I said, "Ike Turner." He grabbed the phone, and said, "Who is this?" He said, "This Ike Turner, motherfucker." Who the fuck? Oh, can I say that on your
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, he said, "Who the hell is this?" And my dad just hung up the phone, turned and walked out of the room.
Oh my
And
God.
that was the last time I saw him. No. And then I got the ass whooping of my good Southern young life.
Oh my God.
So basically,
So Ike
I got beat
Turner.
by Ike Turner.
I
Okay,
know.
Ike
It kind of goes for
I
me.
pretty much am Tina Turner.
Oh my God. that's
Oh
great.
my God. Oh my god!
I mean, aside from the beating, that's
That's
amazing
impressive.
story.
Oh, the beating was worth it. That is a
Right.
great story.
That is
Wow.
fucking amazing.
But did your dad really actually believe that it was actually Ike, or did he never believe you that it was
Oh no,
actually
he
Ike?
believed me,
Oh, wow.
especially when he got the phone bills.
Oh,
Who else can run up like $800 of 411 calls?
Oh my god!
Wow.
Oh my gosh!
it's kind of epic though.
That's great.
I don't even
Wow.
know where to go from that, but I'll try.
That's
So there's a new from a top secret spy dossier that Adolf Hitler was into being pooped on.
Oh.
ugh.
Adolf Hitler.
Yeah.
It was into. So is it now
Heard of him?
Hale? Is it Hale Schittler? Is
Uh,
that where we're going with that?
I don't know.
That's well, he's a nasty pig.
And he
so,
also,
hey.
I guess he had a micro penis and only one ball.
yeah, I was
Oh,
gonna
I'm
say that.
shocked.
I read that. I
So he
feel
was
like
batting 1,000.
everything
Yeah.
about him is so outlandish that I feel like the only thing at this point that would surprise me is like Adolf Hitler had asthma. I'm like, oh, poor thing. You know, 'cause everything is so like out of
Awful.
control,
It is,
ridiculous. You know,
completely.
Yeah.
like,
Wow.
but whatever. He's
Good
also a
old
psychopath.
one ball. Yeah. Wow.
I don't know.
One ball,
I told you
tiny
it wasn't a
wee.
really good segue.
really.
I mean, after the Ike Turner
And we
story,
believe
it's
you
kinda
now.
like I should have been like, okay, the show's over.
Now, if he was
I know, that should've
smart,
been the
like
grand finale.
back in the day, he could have really capitalized on a teeny weenie.
Yeah.
He could have had his own line of cocktail sausages.
Oh,
Yeah.
the mini tots. The mini, the weenies,
the little
weenies in a
teeny
bun.
weenies. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Dipped in chocolate.
Oh, exactly. That just that's everything.
Yes,
it's everything.
it
he
is everything and nothing. all
and
at the same
nothing
time.
at
Wow.
all. I know.
Horrific.
It's like my next theme party.
Oh,
Too
Hitler's
soon?
Tiny weenies.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Somebody, an
Hitler
artist,
shitlers.
an artist did a caricature of Donald Trump, like
Oh
naked,
yeah, I saw that one.
and with a little button penis. And I'm kind of like, I feel like that's
That's
accurate.
probably-
Yeah, right. That makes
has
a
to
lot of
be.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Was his bush a comb over as well?
he had to
make it
put
even
plugs
better.
on that too.
Plug it up, Gary.
Wow, batting 1,000 today, guys. Batting 1,000. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. This show went down.
But did you
but
in that same article? It said that like he had an affair with his niece, with his
What?
teenage niece.
Hitler?
Yeah, I read the article.
shit, I didn't read
in
that
the
part.
dossier. That
Oh,
they
so
sent
excuse me.
us.
So excuse me.
I do my
sorry.
job.
I check itineraries.
No, well, I don't. But no, I actually skimmed through this article, and it was like he had this relationship with his teenage niece, this sexual relationship,
Gross.
and his favorite thing was for her to sit on top of him while he laid down
And shit.
and poo.
Oh, I didn't realize that was his niece.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like there's so many crazy things about him that you're kind of like,
Like it's
It seems like a John Waters movie.
yeah,
Like,
it's like
He
there
should do the
were
Hitler story.
A lot of people around him that just are like, no, why are we listening to this person?
Right.
But I guess it's there are various similarities to Trump too. It's
Very,
like
yeah,
yeah,
that's
there's got to be
terrifying.
people in his family that are just like, dude, he's
Okay,
fucking nuts.
enough.
Did you
enough.
see?
Yeah.
It was going around on Facebook like last week. Someone went to a Trump rally and went up to his supporters and they're, oh yeah, we support him and everything he does. And said, okay, well let us read you these quotes
Oh,
and
I
you
saw
tell me,
these, yeah.
Yep.
tell me if you agree with them and you support them. And everything this person read off, they're like, yes, I agree 100%. He said, okay, well those are actually not quotes from Trump. Those are quotes from Hitler. So you're supporting Hitler. Oh no, I don't support Hitler. But if Trump feels that way, then I feel that way too.
Ugh.
Wait, so they didn't even realize how horrifying that is?
No.
Idiots.
Whenever they thought it was Donald Trump saying these things, they were all for it. Yes, let's do this. Let's absolutely do that.
Yeah.
People are fucking brainwashed.
Gay men love vacations. Let's
my
corral them all together and send them to a very special summer camp.
Right?
Oh my
Oh
God.
my God.
Yeah.
It's
That's
so
terrifying.
I mean, I thought it would be really funny recently to sign up a bunch of people in my family for Donald Trump emails, like the newsletters, just because I was bored. And it was so funny to hear their reactions. Like, my other sister, I got home. She's like, "You'll never guess what happened last night." And I already was like, "I bet I can," And she gets this email that was like, "Thanks for volunteering. Here's places in your location." And it's like, "Hey, Brianna,
you're so evil."
And she wrote this email back that was like, "How dare you access my information illegally? I would never support a bigot and a sexist." It goes through this whole thing. And I'm like crying with laughter. And then the next day, I'm with my mom, and my mom's like, "Oh my God, I got the worst email last night." And I was like, "Tell me about it, Mom." And she tells me it, and then I'm like laughing so hard. She's like, "Oh my God, it was you. You signed me up." And I was like, "Yeah, that would be funny." And I was right, And I was like, "So what did you write back?" And she's like, "Nothing. I deleted it." And I was like, "Oh, well," I was like, my sister wrote back this whole thing. She's like, "Well, I deleted it with, flair." And I was like, "Okay." So you should have seen how hard I pressed the delete button. It's like, "Okay, Mom. All right."
That kind of, I did.
That is so funny.
I had a queen in Rochester. Her and I notoriously didn't get along, and then got along, and then didn't get along. And she was turning a certain age, and I decided that I should have retirement brochures sent to her, sent to her salon. And,
oh my gosh!
And I did, but what I did, and she got them and was pissed, and it was funny.
Yeah.
And everybody else thought it was funny. But
Sure.
what I didn't realize is that once you sign up for retirement brochures, like crematoriums and funeral homes, you get on that mailing list, and so that stuff starts coming. And I was like, so it took me. And then other friends found out I was doing it, so they started sending things too.
But
So
the
it got a
really
little
lovely part about all those brochures is that Chad Michaels is the spokesperson. You get to see all of her latest promos.
Yeah, she did.
See, I would never, ever, ever send all the Trump stuff to my family because we are deep, small town Southern people, and they'd be like, "Well, this sounds nice. I've seen him on TV before, so I guarantee you he's got good ideas."
Some property.
Exactly. Maybe he'll build one of them hotels here.
I've literally seen people that when they show clips and they have said that he's on TV and he's on a show, he's got money.
Don't you just get so sad for
God.
it's like at that point where I'm like, okay, it's not really funny anymore.
It's not fun anymore.
It was
Okay.
fun.
It's
Go
performance
away
art.
now.
At least.
This has got to be some kind of
Right.
strange performance
Yeah.
art experiment.
Speaking of performance art,
Here we go.
not, but we always do one topic
I was like, this is a
that
good
makes
segue.
you go, what?
I like that.
Yeah.
And
That's teamwork.
maybe it is performance art,
Jonas.
but a gamer took a bucket
no.
and toilet paper to an internet cafe so he could poo without pausing his tournament. Like literally is sitting on the bucket with his pants down.
Are you trying
Playing
to
a
tell
game.
us something? You're really into scat today.
Today, every day.
This is Samantha found this
I
one.
actually did find
So-
it, but I found it knowing that she would like it. That it was all technically.
Also,
But
you
there's
found it from
there's
a-
a video of him doing it too. Like he's sitting there, and there's people sitting next to him, and I think one doesn't realize it, and then people look. They're giving him a look like, and he really is just sitting
He's,
there
like, sitting
on
on
a
a
bucket,
bucket.
Like
playing
pants
video
down?
games.
Yeah.
Yes.
Playing.
Yeah, because he just can't stop. He
It's
just
called the
can't stop
Super
the
Mario
game.
hover.
I also had to read the article 3 times because it was from the Mirror and the British. I was like, what? I did
What's
because
a
it was
loo
like
roll?
Yeah, a loo roll. I was like,
That
what
sounds delicious.
what drug is this? I don't know anything. What is this? I read it 5 times.
The thing is, he's not wiping though, because he can't take his hand off the remote of the game, right? So
Well,
it's
I guess he
just-
can play it with one hand.
Wiper, no
Literally.
wiping. I don't know.
I don't know.
But then you do. Well, I mean, you've created a seal at this point.
Yeah.
So you don't want to get up and wipe.
Yo, that's true.
Well, like who works
Or
at
maybe
this
that's the way to
internet
take
cafe?
That's what I
Like,
want to know.
are
Who's
there-
like, no, it's fine.
Yeah, like
Go for it.
Yeah,
Hey,
good
oh,
idea.
oh, Jack's back. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
sure,
got
let
it.
him
Okay.
People I don't know. I was
They
at
got your-
Starbucks today and I saw a homeless man and I was like, okay, no, that's fine because you're not defecating in the Starbucks on a, you know what I mean? It's I feel like compared to that, we kind of have a good situation. Does that? Okay, I'm alone.
Well,
Bye.
No, I've gone into the Starbucks bathroom and they've defecated.
In
Yeah.
the sink.
They decided that they didn't need to go in the actual toilet or
Yeah.
Oh.
this bloody hypodermic
Oh,
needles.
oh.
I was looking for apartments here before, and I'm like, okay, I really have to pee here. Why don't I just go to this McDonald's on La Brea? And I was like, okay. And I walk into the bathroom, and I'm like, that's not a normal smell. That's like that's drugs. That's some drugs, and they're smoking meth in the bathroom with an employee. And I'm like, oh, how do I get? Okay, I have to pee, so I'm gonna pee first. And they're like finishing up, and then the one guy's like standing there, and he's like, and then he goes, I just shit myself. That's embarrassing. Oh, that's so embarrassing.
Everybody loves a little McMeth.
I'm like, oh my God, what has happened to me? McMeth, I'm loving it. Well, and on that note,
yeah.
thank you both for coming on the show today. It's
Is
been
it
so much
over?
fun.
Yeah, it goes by so fast,
I
doesn't it?
know.
Why are we done?
Well,
Because Jarvis put up his finger. Did you not know? He's like,
I can't see.
He's like, you have to stop.
Yeah.
And you're talking
So,
about
We're sponsored by McDonald's.
Ginger Minj. Yeah. I love you, and thank you for coming on the
I
show.
love you too.
And where can we find you on the webs and the interwebs? And all that
On Twitter, I'm at the Ginger Minj. I'm on the Instagram. The IG is what the kids call it. And that's at Ginger Minj. And you could just I don't know, Google me.
yeah.
Google me.
Google me. I haven't been
love
Googled
that.
in a minute. I enjoy it.
I'm going to
that.
tell people that. Just Google me. You know what my name is. Don't ask these questions.
And Brittany Garms, is that what we just have to do? We
You just have to
you?
Google me. All right? That's what it is.
I'm Googling her right now.
Oh,
That's
they
my
are sitting real
profile.
close.
That's my profile that does it.
It kind of turns me on. I'm a little confused.
Aw.
Thank you. It's the weirdest compliment I've ever gotten. I'll take it.
Well, because turn profile.
Okay.
See, look how nice. And
I can't because
Like,
it's
It
on
is
my
quite
face.
nice.
I know. I always tell people. They
now
say, "Do you have
look
any
here."
regrets?" I never look back, mostly because I don't have a neck and my head won't turn that way. But no, if you look at you're so soft and you have a nice jawline and
thank you so
everything,
much.
beautiful
Yeah.
cheekbones.
Thank you so much.
I turn sideways, especially without makeup, and I look like I should be introducing the TV show. What's his name? Old movies.
What's his name? Old movie.
Alfred Hitchcock. Alfred Hitchcock.
Okay.
What's his name?
Old movies.
It's
It's okay. We got there.
Worst password player ever. What's his name? Old movies. And Samantha Hale, which corner tonight?
All of them. It's been a minute. You can find me at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Twitter and Instagram at the. I'm a the also.
Ugh,
The
I'm not a
Samantha
the.
Hale.
I need to be a the. No, I don't want to be a
We
the.
can make you
I'm
a
a
the.
junior. Does
That's
that count?
cute.
Brittany
Yes.
Garms Junior.
There. Okay. So we'll find
There
you
you
at
go.
Brittany Garms Jr.
The.
Shut up.
There's nothing.
And Pandora Boxx. Where can we find you?
Oh, sorry. I have a cough.
moment.
Yes, PandoraBoxx.com. There's 2 X's in box because the extra X marks the spot. Thank you guys. Yay.
Oh, and GingerMinch.com. I forgot I pay for that. So.
Oh, yeah. Plug.
And
Thank you
get my
guys.
song from iTunes. Bye.
Bye.